They were excited to record, but it didn't seem like that big of a deal to them. I mean, I'm sure it was, but they've been playing together, Billy and Mike, by this time for 6-7 years, and since they were 11 or so, they've been playing in the garage and planning to be stars. I think they were quietly confident. I mean, they were thrilled that they were going to make a record, but he was like, they just walked in there. They did that first record in, I think it was one day. They recorded the whole thing in one day. I don't think it even took the full day, and then the next day they mixed it. They just came in there, played all the songs, and they went home. No big deal. 39 Smooth, or what later became known as 1039 Smooth Out Slappy Hours. By the time it came out, we knew that they had a lot of potential. We thought we'd sell a few thousand, and we did in the first year, and then it just kept on going and going and going. I know the bill that we got for it was $675 to make a record that probably sold 1 million copies, at least. It was smooth.
I think there is an interesting parallel between Nirvana and Green Day. I mean, they were both trios, they were both very punk influenced, and they both had strong songwriters at the helm. But it's true, while grunge was still in full force, Green Day was doing more of a power pop take on punk. Green Day had, I think, a pretty different audience base. The kind of punk music they were playing, you know, very streamlined, no guitar solos, you know, melody, harmonies, all 3 instruments, no other instruments involved, is the original format of punk. In some ways, they were almost more purist than the sort of grunge aspect of, you know, in the way that punk influenced grunge. With Green Day, it was really pure, distilled punk rock energy, even if the ultimate message of the music was a little more uplifting than people maybe associate with punk.
We played a lot of shows together in those, you know, very rudimentary, early, nobody cares about you days. And then they gradually started getting more and more popular, and it's the classic story where, you know, first, you know, you're headlining, and then gradually then they get more popular, and then it flips around, and then they're headlining, and then they're out of your league and playing some places they wouldn't even let us in. Then we did, 10 years later, what turned out to be a truncated European tour with them, and that was the Insomniac album. So we did about 3 weeks of shows in Europe with them, and that was a trip. It was overwhelming to me, frankly. But it's a tour that is run like a military campaign, and it's very intense. It is kind of difficult to do. I can't describe how weird it is to go out on stage and there's 10,000 Italians. There's a tradition in Italy that they will throw sandwiches at the opening band, apparently, and that's what they did to us. There was like pureed sandwich all over the stage at every show. So we got to see the beginning, and then we got to see the grandiose. I mean, a lot happened since then too, but that was an eye-opening thing.